From Rixie, this is the Daily Rec, a great resource for daily recommendations. Today's topic, film. I'm Daniel Walker, host of Feed the Jar. My film recommendation today is The Vietnam War, a film by Ken Burns and Lynn Novick. I was recommended this 10-part documentary series by my good friend Tanner Carlton.
My name is Tanner Carlton. I am one of the founding members of Rixie and a huge Ken Burns fan.
So you really you recommended this film to me.
It's funny that you said that because I don't remember doing that.
You did. It was almost in passing. You were like, yeah, I've been watching Ken Burns Vietnam. It's super crazy and you need to check it out. So why did you recommend it to me? Why do you think you recommended it to me?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to overhype this too much, but it's Ken Burns.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't need any more hype.
I will at least give anything that he does a try. And to be fair, Dan, I didn't finish this series, and the reason why is because it's kind of painful to watch. It's moving in that way. It's
just visceral. It's just so raw.
Yeah.
So Ken Burns Vietnam basically takes every aspect of that war and how the United States got involved from the late 1940s all the way up to the early 1970s. Covers every single part of this epic storyline with some of the most consequential, divisive, and controversial events in American history. Overall, what do you think was your favorite part of it? I mean, I know you thought it was a little much, but do you have any sort of favorite parts?
Yeah, I think my favorite part was just the sort of the thesis and the assumption that this era of the Vietnam era was when Americans in sort of full agreement just lost trust in the U.S. government.
Yeah.
And a big reason obviously is because it's the TV age. But the repercussions extend to what we see today constantly.
Yeah, it was an overarching theme.
Yep. So, also, I stopped watching it because, I was constantly, watching it in bed before I'd go to sleep. And, you can't watch that in bed before you go to sleep. It's just too much.
Having nightmares? You're just seeing Charlie up in the trees?
It's, really heavy.
Yeah, it is. It is super heavy. But, what do you think of how the sides were portrayed? Do you think it was more of a pretty neutral view on the war?
No, I don't think it was that neutral. Ken Burns does a good job of telling everyone's story, but I think he was basically the theme that I'm getting and continue to, I guess I kind of went into it with it, but I think that he is showing that it was a pointless war, and that's part of the reason that people had distrust. It was this big rhetoric war against communism, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's kind of what I got from it.
Yeah. Every aspect of this film really stuck out to me because it dives deep into both sides of the war, dives deep into the U.S. political climate at the time and how divisive and terrible some of these politicians could be and lying to the American people. And it really it strikes home because it's something that we're dealing with now too. It's really a lesson that a lot of people need to take in and absorb that, war isn't always the best thing. And there's different ways to go about talking to your constituents and being upfront with the American people that the presidents at the time just didn't quite grasp.
If you are a history buff of sorts, or you just love good historical documentaries, then go check out Ken Burns Vietnam. Just don't watch it while you're trying to go to sleep.
Thanks, bud. I'll see you later.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too. If you want to check out Ken Burns Vietnam, the link is in the show notes. This has been your Daily Rec. See you tomorrow.